Hello everyone, thank you for tuning in. I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner, and this is my review for The Have and the Have-Nots, Season 4, Episode 18, titled Broken Mirror. So, first things first, get this out the way. If you have not done so already, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel. It does not cost you anything. It just lets you know when I have new content on my channel, and it lets you know, hey, Jay Lee's Corner did another review. And so yeah, that's all that it is. You can also like my videos, you can also share my videos, and what else? Oh, comment section in the bottom. Feel free to throw your comments in there. The only rule to the comment section is please be respectful. Please and thank you. So let's just get into this love and hip hop. Lord Jesus. The Have and the Have-Nots review. I mean, I ain't saying fuck Tyler Perry because the story's stupid. I ain't saying fuck Tyler Perry because the story is not progressing in some sort of way. However, I am saying fuck Tyler Perry because the story, it's just so much, you know, who killed Amanda? You know, because, I mean, somebody killed Amanda. How you got the DA body dead? It's just so much. This show could be so much more than what it is. And don't get me wrong, it's a good show. My camera just seems off kilter. It's a good show, but at the same time, I'm like, I just want so much more from the show. Let me just, oh my God. We see that Landon sees Justin in Jeffrey's bed. Yes, it picks right up from where it left off the last episode. And, you know, Justin's naked as a blue jay in that bed waiting on Jeffrey. And, you know, Landon is drunk. Jeffrey is kind of just over both of them, basically. Because, in a way, they both stalking Jeffrey. Jeffrey done gave both of them some dick. And now they don't know how to act. And that's the truth of the matter. Landon wants to sleep with Jeffrey again because he said Jeffrey was oh so good. Justin, on the other hand, wants to sleep with Jeffrey because he can finally be his, you know, his gay self, but not really his gay self because he's still in the closet. And it's odd because Jeffrey out here giving out, you know, penis and stuff like that. So, you know, Landon does recognize Justin, and he's like, I know you. You're that cop that was in the lobby earlier or whatever. And the whole time, Justin is just like in bed looking mad. He's not saying much. The most he said the whole scene was, Jeffrey, which was his key of telling Jeffrey, get him the fuck out of here. Not because I'm ready to have sex with you, but get him the fuck out of here because I don't want nobody knowing that I'm actually gay. And not, you know, he's gay. I've always said to myself, I have nothing against gay people. Gay, transgendered, bisexual, trisexual, none of that. But I've always been a firm believer in any person who, any man who likes penis. You know what I'm saying? Whether you like to have penis in you in some sort of way. I can't, you know, I have to be real. Anybody out here sucking dick, gay. You know what I'm saying? If you are a man and you like to suck dick, or if you like a man to suck your dick, you're gay, and that's cool. That's what you like. Do what you do. You have to do what you do. Justin, on the other hand, is acting as if he wasn't gay, and he's gay. Because you is naked in this man's bed. Justin, you gay, boo-boo, and it's okay. Live your truth, honey. Do what you need to do. I've always said if a female eats pussy, she's gay, too. You can't eat pussy and not be gay at all. Now, you just can't. It's just impossible. You can't let a chick eat. Look, the point of the matter is, Justin's gay. I need him to accept that. So, and him being all upset because he felt like his cover was blown. And, you know, Landon is drunk. And Landon, to me, is hilarious because he don't even care that, you know, Justin looks upset. He don't even care that Jeffrey is saying, get the fuck out of here, Landon. He don't care about none of that. What Landon on? Landon trying to get that threesome down. Landon, now you want a threesome? Landon like, look, hey, daddy, you like threesomes? Always, he actually called Justin daddy. Really? I was so thrown aback by that. He was like, yeah, you know, threesomes are great. You know, when everybody's bodies are Landon is a fool, point blank and period. And Landon is refusing to leave. Jeffrey is saying, Landon, you need to leave. Justin is in the bed, still naked. Now, Justin ain't moved out this bed. Justin's still laying there in his little position, like he all sexy and stuff. He ain't even got up out the bed to try to put some clothes on. He just laying there and saying, Jeffrey. And he looks pissed off. He does look angry. And, Landon is like, I'm excited now. I ain't leaving. I'm excited, and I ain't leaving till I get some. We all gonna get some together tonight. And he really trying to get this threesome popping. And Justin and Justin and Jeffrey is just not even trying to have it. I think Jeffrey knows Justin is crazy, so they can't have a threesome. I don't even think that Jeffrey is horny enough to fuck either one of them, because he's just had a long day, and it's just funny. So the whole time, Justin's still looking angry, and Landon's like, why are you looking at him like that? I'm sexy too. And Landon then proceeds to climb in the bed. Before he did that, he lifted up the sheets to see Justin's naked body. He's like, oh, yeah, you ready? I mean, Landon is the quintessential horny person who's drunk, and when you're drunk, you have no idea of how dumb you look. I mean, he is embarrassing himself. If he was sober, I really hope he would not be acting like this. So, after he looked up under the table, up under the cover, he proceeds to climb in the bed, and he's saying to Justin, I know you don't know me. My name is Landon. And, you don't know me yet, but you're going to know me after tonight. You're going to call me Landon. And he's crawling up the bed. And the whole time, Jeffrey in the background, he's like, oh, my God. Justin is in the bed. He hasn't moved. He hasn't budged. And right when it's happened, I'm looking like, oh, wow. Is they going to give, is Justin going to give in? Is Justin going to feel okay? Because Landon is saying he's okay that I know that you're gay and you're undercover, because he did say when he first walked in, I didn't know you were gay. I guess I was wrong about you. Maybe I'm also wrong about Wyatt, because he was saying how Wyatt wasn't gay, and he thought this cop wasn't gay, but he actually is gay. But yeah, as he's climbing up the bed, he's like, yeah, I'm just gonna get it popping. I'm like, oh my God, they finna really get it popping in this bed, because he crawling all up on Justin, and Justin ain't moved at all. And as I'm saying that, Justin grabs him by the throat and choking the shit out of him. Jeffrey panicked. He like, get off him. Stop it. And it was just funny, because you can't be climbing in beds with strangers, ask them to give you some, and ask them for threesomes, and they wasn't there for you. You saw him, you came in that room, he was waiting on Jeffrey. You should have took your cue, and you should have exited stage left. But no, Landon, you want to come in and get some double dick. See, trying to get double dick will always get you in trouble, because what happened? Your ass got choked out. So, Jeffrey was able to separate them, and Justin is still naked as a blue jay, and Landon's like, I'm not into that choking shit, I'm leaving. And Jeffrey's like, yes, you need to leave, you need to get out. And, he get his coat and he leaves. Now, after he's gone, we see that Justin is pissed. Justin is asking, who was that? Who was that? And Jeffrey's like, what are you doing here? Jeffrey's pissed because he's like, why the fuck are you here? And Justin is like, well, I can't call you because your damn mama blackmailing me and saying she gonna tell my wife. So he basically saying I had to pop up. You don't pop up on people, boo-boo. It's bad enough you can't, especially if it's your secret gay lover. You can't be popping up on your secret gay lover. What if he would have walked in with his dad? What if he would have walked in with your wife? What if he would have walked in with a camera crew? Who knows what or who could have walked into that room? And it would have just been hilarious. Anywho, Jeffrey still is saying, you need to go home. You need to leave. And Jeffrey was saying that to Justin. And Justin was saying, I ain't going nowhere. We're going to talk about this. Who is that? Why would you bring him up here? I can't believe you would have someone up here. Jeffrey, won't you just get that boy a kiss and let him be? But no, Jeffrey was like, you need to go home to your wife. Ooh, now that's a hit to the heart. You can't tell a man who's married to a woman who's really gay to go home to his wife. Can't do that. Well, you can, because you should, because he got his wife. But at the same time, you gave him sex, Jeffrey. You shouldn't have slept with that man. Justin is then, he's like, I can't go home to my wife. I think about you all day and all night. Jeffrey, I'm in love with you. Jeffrey's like, what? just met me. And Justin's like, I don't care. I could be myself around you. I care for you. I love you. I just want to be with you. And it was just so weird. He like, I can't believe this is going on. He's like, look, I don't belong to you. Point blank, period. And, Justin's getting pissed off, like, oh, are you gonna leave? Are you trying to get me angry? And he said, Jeff, like, oh, you gonna attack me again? Jeffrey, you can't keep playing that card. You can't keep playing that. Is you gonna beat me? You gonna beat me now? Like, you can't be that person, Jeffrey. You need to go ahead and just man up and be like, look, you ain't gonna whoop me. You ain't gonna fuck me up. It ain't gonna happen. Don't be like, oh, you're gonna hit me now. I'm like, I ain't got time for all of that. But Justin's like, no, I will never attack you again. That was a whole mistake. I didn't mean to do that. I will never attack you again. And then Jeffrey's like, well then, please leave. And Justin's like, Jeffrey, please don't make me leave. What have you done to me? I wasn't like this before I was with you. I was able to, I just wasn't like this. And, Justin is just kind of pouring his heart out to Jeffrey. And Jeffrey's like, look, man, you need therapy, And he's like, I know I need some kind of help. You're a therapist. Can't you be my therapist? And he's like, no, you need someone else to be your therapist. And, he's like, but I wasn't like this before I got with you. I don't know what you did to me. And then Jeffrey, through he said, before you was with me, you was in the backseat of your squad car sucking off criminals. Bitch. He out here sucking the criminals. Now, all this time, I thought that he was making criminals suck him off. But you saying he was out here sucking dick? That's what you said, Jeff? Because I said, now that's a way to break a gay man's heart who don't think he gay. Because it's just crazy. And he's like, I've never enjoyed it. And with you, I'm able to enjoy this. And that's why I don't know what you've done to me. And Jeffrey's like, you always enjoyed it. You just are now being able to say it. And Jeffrey's then like, well, if you want to leave, I'll leave. And he's like, well, where are you going? Are you going to him? Now, I don't know if he was saying him as in Wyatt or him as in Landon. But either way it go, he was upset. And, he's like, you're trying to make upset me so that I'll hit you. And, that's not, I'm not going to do that. So Jeffrey opens the door to leave. And who is at his door? I'm guessing the whole time she had been listening and whatever and recording. Veronica. Veronica walk in. She got her phone already up and already recording. She, is shining the light on Justin, on Jeffrey. Justin runs and hides under the cover. She then takes her camera and pans it over his police badge. If you see a badge, then they can say who that is. And Jeffrey's like, Mom, what are you doing? What are you doing? It was just, where the fuck you come from, Veronica? Veronica needs Jesus. And, Jeffrey walks out with Veronica and Justin is in the room and he's pissed off. He's mad. He comes from up under the cover and he's pacing back and forth and he picks up a chair and he throws it across the room and it hits the wall and breaks the glass. Hence, broken mirror. So, we had that whole scene. That was a whole beginning of the scene. Next, we see Jim meeting with Oscar and he's trying to get in touch with War. Now, Oscar does say, well, I have a couple of numbers. We can call him to try to get, figure out where he is. But if you spook him, we might not be able to get him back. Jim has this holier than thou. I can talk anyone out of anything. I can stop anything from happening. I can part the goddamn on Red Sea. And he's like, just give me the numbers. I'm going to call him and I'm going to talk to him. And at the same time of them doing that, we see Erica is still in the room with David. David is still asleep, so she's still in the bathroom having on the phone. Now, the first thing I think to myself is the bathroom is the wrong place to have any kind of conversation. Why is that? Because the bathroom has an echo. So even if you're in the bathroom whispering, your whispering is louder because you're in the bathroom. Stupid. I would have at least went out of the room and went into the hallway, because either way it go, whether you're in the bathroom with the door closed, you can't see if he's standing there listening to you, or if you're outside the hotel door, you still can't see. But at least it's not as it's not as much echo in a hallway of a hotel that it would be in the bathroom, because you can really whisper in the hallway. I know that because I've whispered in many of hallways. So she's talking to War on the phone, and he's still, of course, in hiding for the whole shooting situation. And, you know, she's like, you know, Candace is here. And he's like, where? Where is she? I want that bitch. Crazy ass war. And she's like, well, I don't know. She won't give me her room number. You know how she's like a cat with 9 lives. And plus, when she feels stuff, she kind of plays coy and whatnot. And, you know, it's like, I hate that. He's like, yeah, well, I'm going to kill all 9 of her lives. And Erica's like, well, do you want me to just call the police and have them come here and find her? And he's like, no, I want that bitch. I mean, he really want to kill her, which is crazy. War probably gonna, I mean, War has to die this season. I don't think he serves no purpose another season. I think he's done so much damage that continuing to have him be the big bad on the show, to me, ruins the flow of the story. You have enough good characters without War. You know what I'm saying? Searching for Candace. And it's only so long that the storyline can be Candace running from somebody. Candace is a prostitute. You know, I mean, progression, people, progression. And that's why I say sometimes you have to say fuck Tyler Perry, because the story can go in so many better ways. Even the whole situation with her and the senator, you know, Charles. I'm gonna wait for that. But yeah, anywho, so, you know, her and War on the phone. As they're talking, his line clicks, and who is it? It's Jim. So he does say, you know, I'm gonna call you back to Erica. And Jim is trying to convince War for them to meet up. And he's, you know, because I feel like I need you to keep him on the phone for 12 minutes so I can trace the call. I'm like, damn, 12 minutes? On the movies, they say 60 seconds. You need 12 whole minutes? 12 whole minutes? You know what I mean? Dog, I can't even, no one likes to be on the phone that long. That's a long-ass time to be on the phone with a goddamn stranger. So, you know, Jim is trying to talk to him like, oh, yeah, you know, we need to meet up about this whole situation. I can get your name cleared and all these warrants stuff that you have. And he's like, but I just need to meet up with you. And War is basically not with it at all. Because he's like, you know, basically, you know, he's in hiding and he ain't trying to come out. So he's like, you know what? I'm done talking to you and I'm hanging up. Don't call this phone back because it's not going to be, you know, on anymore anyway. And he hangs up on Jim. He like, you know, get me a whole new burner phone. Okay, whatever. We then see Oscar showing Jim the news conference or the reporter on the news showing that Jennifer Salazar's body has been found, and we see the Mama Rose we see the Mama Rose actually dropped her body off at the damn news report, the news station, like Channel 2 News here in Detroit. She dropping bodies off at the goddamn reporter's front doorstep. And, you know, Jim is, of course, pissed off because he didn't know all of this was going on. That was the end of that scene. I'm going to mention this a little bit. Jeffrey goes to see Wyatt at his house with the little nurse girl. Wyatt is sleeping. You know, the girl tells Jeffrey that he's doing okay. He's just been sleeping and she's trying to let him sleep. She says, you know, I think he's nice. And we like, okay, that means they're going to end up falling in love. Well, that's just my thought process behind it. Jeffrey also admits that he, you know, hasn't seen the good side of Wyatt in a while, but that's the side that he loves. And she's like, love? Oh, I didn't know, you know, something was going on. He's like, no, it's not that. You know, I can love him and not be in love with him. You know, Wyatt is straight. I'm just gay. And she's like, oh, okay, well, cool. Whatever. We do see that Wyatt, you know, he leaves. Leave it at that. And when he leaves, he's leaving because her phone rings. And who's calling her on the phone? It's Oscar. And we remember from maybe 2 episodes ago, if not, yeah, like 2 episodes ago, we saw Oscar approach her when she was leaving the hospital. And we know that he was going to try to use her to get to Wyatt, to get the money back for Jim and Catherine. And I thought she took the offer. You know, that's what I thought she did. But come to find out, she didn't. She does tell him, you know, that's not right. I can't be involved in that. You know, leave me alone. Don't call me again. No. Is what she basically did. And as she's hanging up on him, Wyatt wakes up and is like, oh, you're on the phone? Is that a boyfriend or whatnot? She's like, no, it's nobody. You know, it's okay. And they're kind of chit-chatting. He keeps pressing her like, well, who's on the phone? You know, was it a boyfriend? Was it, you know, whatever? She's a horrible liar because she said, oh, it was a telemarketer asking for a favor. Bitch, what? You can come up with no other lie besides a telemarketer who need a favor? No. You could have at least said it was a telemarketer who was just overzealous. But a telemarketer who wants a favor, No, bitch. So Wyatt does say to her, you know, you're lying, and I can't have you lying to me. If you're gonna really help me, you can't lie to me because people have lied to me my whole life. I thought that was a good little part of a scene. Other than that, I don't care about nothing else happening with them too. We see next David is woke. You know, he did hear Eric on the phone. He did not say he heard what she was talking about. He just knew that she was on the phone. And she's like, oh, yeah, I was on the phone with room service. I was getting us some food. I know we worked up an appetite. And he's like, well, no, I'm not hungry, but I do have an appetite. David is a little sexy, a little something. You know, I'm not much into older men. I'm only 35. But David's, you know, he's a sexy little thing. But he does thank her for still dealing with him, despite his crazy wife, ex-wife, Veronica's batshit crazy ass. And, you know, he's like, remember you said you don't deal with, you know, crazy ex-wives. And she's like, yeah, but, you know, but I don't think Veronica's really crazy. I think she's fun. And, you know, so I'm fine with that. And they're, you know, kissing and stuff on the bed and whatnot. And then Jim calls. And Jim wants him to come downstairs because, of course, David don't know about the whole body being dumped at the news station. And what I still find funny is it only one hotel in that dang on city? Like, why is everyone at the same hotel? Who and what time is it? Like, I mean, what? I just don't know sometimes. Just, you know, it's just too much. So, you know, Jim asked David to come downstairs so they can have a conversation. The next thing we see is, you know, Mitch is outside of the police station. He's calling Veronica. You know, basically saying, you know, he needs her to be Benny's lawyer. And when she hear his name, Mitch Malone, everybody know that last name. And she's like, okay, I'll be right there. You know, I'm pulling up now. So, he goes in. He's talking to Hannah for a little bit of seconds. I'm sorry. And then Catherine walks in. And Catherine's like, you know, I wasn't able to get in touch with my lawyer. And Mitch's like, oh, I just talked to Benny's lawyer. And they're like, well, who is the lawyer? Who is she? And then Veronica walks in. Like, I'm his lawyer. And then Hannah like, no, you ain't, bitch. Maybe she didn't say bitch. But she just did say, you ain't my son, damn lawyer, basically. And, you know, we know Hannah and Veronica has always had a very, well, they haven't had a good relationship, period, because Veronica's the asshole and Hannah is the help in Veronica's eyes, and she can't respect her, point blank, period. And, she's saying, you know, you not his lawyer, you the devil. And Catherine is honest. She was like, hey, you know, she's a really good lawyer. You know, you should let her be the lawyer because it's easier to work with the devil you do know than the devil you don't. And Hannah like, I don't want no devil around my son. And she's like, well, you already got one around. Talking about Catherine, you know, Catherine did kill Jennifer. So it's basically a thing of, you know, Veronica saying she's her lawyer, Catherine and Mitch trying to get Hannah to accept Veronica's help to be Benny's lawyer. Because let's face it, Hannah, you ain't got no money. You ain't got no car. You ain't got no house. Your grandson's dead. Your daughter is somewhere cooped up in the hotel room with a crazy-ass potential president. And your son is in the interrogation room with the goddamn Secret Service. You need to take all the help you can get, mama. You don't have no choice. And I get how you don't like Veronica, but sometimes you have to do what you have to do what you don't want to do to get what you need. And I mean, she's a good ass lawyer. She's a crazy bitch, but she's a good lawyer. And so Veronica's like, well, I'll, you know, fine if she asked me nicely. And Hannah barely want to say hello to Veronica, let alone, can you help me? And, you know, she's like, you know, you have to ask me nicely. And, you know, and get on your knees. Bitch, what? First of all, if you would have asked me to get on my knees, we would have been fighting. That would be the first thing. It would have been a knockdown, drag them out. Because, bitch, you're not going to call me a knee person. No, I ain't getting down there. And so she does it. And Veronica, no, Hannah does say, not damn it, Catherine does say, bitch, she not getting on her knees because she's not. And then Mitch steps in. My fan is going off. I'm trying to keep looking at it. But Mitch steps in and says, you know, Veronica, can you please, you know, my family would really appreciate it if you would help us. And so she's like, okay, pause. Okay, fan was tripping out. And so, you know, Veronica just agrees to help. The next scene we see is the Secret Service, who was in there with Benny, because Benny is still in his damn interrogation room being held, and he kind of don't even know what's really going on. And the Secret Service is basically asking, saying, hey, we know you want to go home, but we need to get your DNA. And he like, for what? You know, why do y'all need my DNA? And he like, we need to exclude you from a terrorist attack. And he's like, you know, I don't know no terrorists. And then they say, do you know Mitch Malone? And he's like, you know, why? You know, I've known him for a long time. They then spin the whole story. His family is being investigated for, you know, drugs and all this stuff. So they have ties to the... It was a whole long, drawn-out stupidness of a story. And, you know, they're like, that's the reason why we're saying that you're possibly included in this terrorist situation. Because we know his family is from whatever other country. I can't remember what they said. And he's like, you know, I'm not giving y'all my DNA. You know, no. And they're like, we can, you know, take it from you. He's like, well, no, you can't. You know, I have rights. This is America. And they're like, well, technically, you're not even in America. You know, you're under you're under Homeland Security, which I believe is true. I believe if it has anything to do with terrorism, they can, like, not give you certain rights, which sucks. That's why I, you know, stay on the straight and narrow. I ain't trying to do it. And he gives in. He says, you know, fine. If y'all are trying to exclude me from the situation and if giving my blood will let me get out of here, take it. Never give people who won't tell you the truth your blood, because you don't know where they're going to put it. Okay? It's called planting DNA evidence. And yeah. So next we see, Jim and David is having a conversation, of course, about how bad their situation is. And they're just, you know, Jim tells David, you know, I thought you had the whole body thing handled. And he's like, yeah, Mama Rose had a body. He's like, that's who put the body on the ground. And, you know, David is saying, we know, I just need to talk to Mama Rose. Me and her have a good relationship, you know, it'll be okay. But why is she mad at you? And he's like, well, you know, War shot at her grandson. And she's pissed because I can't find him. And Dave was like, well, you know, that's crazy, okay? And he's like, well, you remember what happened, you know, the blood something. And he's like, you know, that's when someone shot at one of her workers. The black person, as Jim said, shot at one of her workers. And she got so mad that she took out a whole housing project because of that. And he's like, you know, 14 people died, women and children and all this stuff. You know, when she gets mad, you know, she doesn't care. And he's like, what do you think she's going to do when a black kid shot at her grandson? And so they're trying to get that all under control. And I'm like, okay, well, whatever. So the last scene of the episode is Candace and Charles. And we see that Candace is on the phone and she's trying to at least get her old phone number back. We know that Chucky, had the Secret Service people take all her phones and stuff like that. So she's trying to get a whole new phone. And they're like, we know you can't get that phone number back anymore. And she's upset. So when Charles come in, he like, you know, just get a new number. And she's like, well, no, you know, a new number won't help me for the old contact that I had. And he's like, you know, you don't need to be in contact with them people anyway. And he's so calm. But at the same time, he sounds so calculated. Like he know exactly what to say. He knows exactly what she's going to ask. And she's like, what about my son? What if my son is calling me? And he's like, just call your mother. She has custody. Bitch, how you know? Again, Charles knows all and he sees all. He's goddamn on psychic. He's also very restrictive in a way, because he's telling her, you know, I just want to give you a new start. And she's like, why do you want to give me that? He's like, because I want you to be able to be around me when I become president. Damn, Charles, she gotta be around you when you become president, but you keeping her all locked up? Who knows? And they're kind of going back and forth. It's a lot of back and forth banter, basically because he's saying, I'm trying to give you a new start. I'm trying to have you be respected, be respectful, be a whole different person, clear your past away, and, you know, just have a whole redo. And she just she ain't even with it. And, you know, he's like, don't you want to be respected? You know, I had a do-over. Don't you want the same thing? And she's like, what are you talking about? So he goes to say how he was, plucked from the military, then he was sent to college, and then he was put in the Senate, and he was groomed for this moment that he's embarking on becoming a president. And she's like, well, that's kind of crazy. And he's like, you need to take this reset. Take this reset, and you can be one of the president's women. Bitch, I can be I gotta be in the goddamn harem? First of all, you ain't that cute, okay? And second of all, no, it don't sound fun. And we know Candace is a fun girl. You know what I'm saying? And in this situation, she doesn't like how she feels because she has no power in this situation. And he says to her, she said, I don't like this. And he's like, why? Because I have all the power. Yeah, nigga, abso-fucking-lutely. That part is not fun. So she's like, oh, so she's like, I don't want to be one of your women. He goes on to say, I've been looking for someone like you, someone I can clean up, that's able to pass, you have class, just the right look, and just enough dirt. Meaning you have just enough bullshit in your past that I can hold on to you and make you do different things. And she's like, he's like, I just want you. We can send you to school. We can get you a house. We can get you everything. I really, really like you. And she's like, if I do that, you would own me. And he's like, no, it would make you a boss. You would be able to do your own thing, build your own stuff and have power. And he's like, if you take care of me, I'll take care of you. And she's like, I refuse to be a number. I would want to be the only one. Make me first lady. And he kind of laughs. He's like, that won't happen at all. And she's like, what happens if I say no? And he's like, if you say no, you go back to your old life. And he's like, but, if you say yes, you will have a great life. He then brings up, but we have to take care of that murder in the body. And she's like, oh, you know about that? And he's like, yeah, but that's, we're working on that right now. Someone, I can't make that go away. Someone has to take the fall for it. And she's like, who? And he's like, well, your brother is in custody now. In life you have to make choices. So all you have to do is say yes. What's your choice? And it goes off. Bitch. I'm like, you want me to give myself to you, but you want to take my brother in retaliation? Man, what? Now, this is why I say I won't say fuck you, Tyler Perry. So that was the episode, The Have and Have-Nots. I hope you enjoyed this review. Until next week, people, it was really, 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 really good. But, yeah. So, thanks for tuning in. Please go ahead and subscribe. Until next time, people.